Need to take care of some team management stuff, and then it's on to week 17. And I haven't even locked up a playoff spot yet. Been rough. Here I am, 10-5. Eagles are 9-6, trailing me barely. Giants are 9-7. They would love to play spoiler, I'm sure. Let's make sure. All Madden. Okay, and then I was looking at team management, and I swear I re-signed these players for long-term contracts. Anthony Spencer, L. Dillon, E. Perry. Anyway, I'm going to give contracts out right now because to these guys, I thought I already had done this, to be honest. Yeah, because I don't even want to have to win the Super Bowl and then try to re-sign these guys. These guys that I plan to build around that are young, he's still like cheap and overall rating of 83. The general strategy is jack up your signing bonus as high as you can, bring down the salary as low as they'll accept. So I really don't have too much wiggle room on this contract. Centers, I guess, don't. This center at least doesn't command too much money. You know, I'm pretty satisfied when they're like 2 notches down. That generally gets me plenty of use out of them. All right. T. George was another centerpiece player for the future. Honestly, this guy is not very fast to begin with. Speed of 84, so it's like when he loses speed, it's not that big of a difference, maybe. But also, at that point, I'll be able to trade him because he'll be like 31, and he'll still have a very high rating likely, and be tradable. So I'm going to jack up his salary bonus, signing bonus, try to bring down his salary by the 6.5 that I was able to raise his signing. It's 6 better sometimes. It's 6 million. Let's try the Wheel of Fortune. I think 23, 17-ish. I find this cursor very hard to navigate. It's kind of like a roulette or a slot machine or something. All right. I'm gonna go back up somewhere over 17. Go as high as I can on signing bonus. Man, I don't get it. I guess I didn't. It's not that. How much money are you looking for here, guy? Come on. The general reason I try to do this is to put most of the money, for people I intend to keep for a long time, put most of the money on this bonus that I can. Because the bonus gets paid out in a flat amount, unless you trade or cut them. And then you have to pay it full, and it counts against your salary cap. I don't know if this is coming out to be a win-win for me. Let's see here, 1.87 to 451. Let me change the year. Reset it. 2.85. Yeah, okay. It definitely was bringing it down quite a bit. I see. Oh, good lord. I'm so glad these guys don't get insulted by my really low offers. All right, so I already offered this guy 20 million. Let's get back to that point. I feel we're close. Alright, so I brought down the total sum of the contract a little bit, in that it stretches from 2.03 to 4.9 instead of over 5. Really wasn't that big of a bring down in the costs. Oh well, yes, let's submit this contract. Alright, so I've actually cleared up cap room by doing this, signing these guys. Alright, so L. Dillon, he's like my 4th, 5th wide receiver, but I think he could have that role for 10 years. So I do want to re-sign him. Alright, so this is like $4 million I added on. Alright. I fully expect him to be like in the mid, late, high 80s, even year 6, year 7. I think this is a pretty good thing, and I honestly, with this contract, and then I'll re-sign the other players at that position in a little bit, but I'll have a really young, really talented group of receivers for a long time. Bloom's the only guy approaching 30. So this is definitely a player group that I feel great with for the time being, and there's room for a 6th player. Let's get back to that. Oops, covered all. Yes, here's left. Martin Grammatic. Okay, Brady James. Anthony Spencer. Okay, I think Anthony Spencer is going to be like a really good player until he's like 32, 33. Let's go ahead and give him like a 4-year deal. So this counts this year. Let's go ahead and give it a 5-year. So 5 there. I'm using my middle finger to scroll the mouse. Just change it up a little bit. I don't know about these salary cap numbers at the end. That could be pretty steep. Alright, so 6, 6, or should I say 6, 7, 8, 9.5, 11.5. What kind of deals are we looking at here? So 7, 8, 10, 12. And what would happen if I had like this? It's definitely cheaper to sign him for longer. Go ahead and go back to the 5-year deal. And that huge 13 at the end. It's interesting how that already brings down his total cost. What is going on with that? So the general strategy is you set the signing bonuses for guys you want to keep for long term. Set the signing bonus as high as it'll go, and then you bring down the total salary offered, and then this amount prorated per year for the bonus, and then the salary makes up the difference. The salaries are always set to do this escalating pattern. You're trying to protect yourself from big ballooning salaries at the end of contracts. Okay. I think we've arrived at a pretty good deal for me for now. Definitely want to keep, you know, I think the core of my defense is my linebackers, and it's not like I really have anything in the pipeline to supplement these guys. I don't know how long a middle linebacker is going to last. All right, so I'm going to add about 2.5 there. Actually, there's a very real chance I would trade Brady James. I mean, love the guy to death. But like this. Yeah, so there's a pretty realistic chance I could trade middle linebacker 2 years from now. Well, if I trade him in the last year of his deal, that doesn't count. Signing bonus is irrelevant at that point. I wonder why he's not as enthusiastic about that. So when you turn up the signing bonus, you're not changing the total sum of the contract. Instead, you're changing how much of it is given out at a flat rate versus how much is given out in this repeating band. And then if you cut a guy, then you're responsible for the sum of the whole bonus. So that's how those two numbers kind of work to make this interesting or have some level of nuance. All right, let's see what he does when I go below 16. Yeah. Wait, what am I doing? I want to. Yeah, I want to take him to his 33. All right, 5, 6, 7, 9. That's almost like identical, incidentally. It does slightly bring down the ballooning effect. All right, let's just see if we can bring it down a smidge just to make the contract smaller. Bring his green line down one more notch is the goal. All right, so this year 1 counts for right now, even though it's week 17 in the playoffs. It's actually going to lower my salary hit for this year. So year 4 in this case is actually 3 years from now when he'll be 33. I think at 33 I'm still very good. But could be in the neighborhood of a drop off at that point. All right. Come on, Brady. There we go. All right, pretty good deal for me, I'd say. hope that was a good deal for me. I could be stupid. So lately I've been calling myself that. What's wrong with my brains? And who is my strong safety? Oh yeah, I locked up this guy for a while. I think this guy's a pretty good player, but he plays in a spot where I do rotate special teams players. I think this guy would be a fine backup. Should I offer backup second contracts? Maybe sometimes. His speed isn't so great that I just love what he does on special teams, but what is his tackling? It's not great. Yeah, okay, so I'll let this guy's contract go. All right. Where's this guy's the centerpiece of my defense? All right, man. I'm really pleased with how my cornerback positions have developed. Oh, Chris Houston has really caught up. I mean, wait, maybe he hasn't really caught up. I shouldn't overestimate what he's done. This guy, he could be a key piece of my special teams for years and years. But this dude, I just didn't cut him out of spite. But I wouldn't estimate him having very good prospects. It hurts that his awareness is already so bad. But there was some way to like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this guy has like acceptable acceleration and speed. His tackling's bad. I would have like seen like, well, acceleration and speed would be pretty strong as a strong safety, but he can't tackle like a strong safety needs to. And he's weak. He's physically weak. So he's really a one type of cornerback, and he's really not even a zone cornerback. Like you couldn't play shallow zones, you know, and with the intention of being able to stop the run and passes to the outside. What am I doing? Let's go look at all my roster. All right, this is a guy I actually really kind of love. Slow speed and all, but 23 will be 24. He's already got an 81. So this guy over here is a right tackle who has a low run blocking rating. I kind of like don't like that. In fact, let's go look at my right tackle position. I want to start my other right tackle, D. Manning. This guy has good run blocking and good pass blocking. Bad strength, but good agility and pretty good speed, I think. Speed for his position, 59, almost a 60. So I'm going to put him number one. K. Holmes number two. All right, so my main knock against Casey Holmes is the run blocking. I don't know how to really make that grow very fast, and he's already starting off pretty far behind. All right, so out of this screen. So then that's why this guy's 81 is different, in my opinion, from this guy's 81. Whereas I see this guy has good enough speed. That's not super, that's not great, but it's not terrible. I would love to have 80 speed, but can't always get there. It's good agility. The fact that all these hit the 80 threshold, agility, acceleration, and almost speed, and 80 tackling. I just feel like it's a good player to keep around. I don't know. I think he is sort of a good player, and he's cheap. I'll keep doing it in this 3-year contract, sure. Even better. All right, so this guy's also invaluable special teams kind of guy, and I see him on the field a lot during my sort of cloud defenses, and I feel like those have been good for me. So investing in that. All right, Winters, not a big deal to me. My punter and kicker, gonna have to see if they retire or what. It's actually it's funny how when you get kickers and you use them for a long time in Madden, their stats are always growing. They're always gaining kick power and kick accuracy, and then like in their 30s, they're just like freaking incredible. But then when you have to start over from the beginning, you have to go like draft or get one in the undrafted free agency, a punter or a kicker, and then you got to you got to claw your way back up. So I definitely want to keep these guys, but we'll see if they even like stick around after this year if they don't retire or something like that. All right, team salary. Plenty of cap room. Kind of, I'll have to use some of the Madden editors that show me what my expected salary cap is or my expected salary for next year to see what my commitments are. I've obviously signed a lot of dudes to long-term deals, so all these salaries will balloon at some point, at the end of their phase. Thankfully, a lot of these are not like, it's not like I have like 12 dudes with 6-year contracts. I have 3, so that means 3 balloons will peak simultaneously, et cetera, et cetera. Interesting, I have a big group of year 4s. Yeah, that was a big draft. That's why. And then I signed Brady James. This guy's my starting left guard. Yeah. Yeah, these are key players for me. Hopefully their contracts don't get too expensive. So I got to figure out a way to have my cake and eat it too with regards to M. Sparks and his rival. Because they're both first-round picks. They both expect to start. They both like they risk being tagged underachiever if they don't start at some particular point in time. And they're both like great players. I think Caldwell is actually slightly better in this way. Although it's impressive how young Sparks is. I think I got him last year and he was 21. What's impressive about Caldwell is that his top speed is already really high. It's a value that never changes, or at least you can't improve it, is what I mean. Speed. No, M. Sparks has the speed, 67. Interesting. Caldwell has the acceleration, 91. Very valuable for a defensive lineman. Now, what is true is I think you can improve your acceleration over time. I don't think you can ever improve your speed. So it's possible for M. Sparks at least to get to like 70, something like that. Well, acceleration also, it does matter. But I'm not quite sure how. I'm not exactly sure what the speed quotient is for acceleration. All right, let us save first off. I noticed I didn't remember what I was doing. All right. Let's do this. Cowboys. Giants at Cowboys. Okay, so we put the sliders down. The Giants are a winning team. What I'm going to do is stop this video and we'll upload it later, and then I'm going to come back in like 10 minutes and then we'll actually record this game.